Do you have an old leaking outdoor water faucet like this one that you just want to replace and upgrade to a much better one? Well, make sure you stay tuned. I'm going to be showing you how to replace this fast and easy to a much better upgraded version. Stay tuned. Hey there friends, welcome to Fix This House. If you're new to the channel, consider pressing the subscribe and notification bell so you can always be in tune on DIYs, how-to videos, and product reviews that I do within this channel. So this old outdoor water faucet has been leaking for quite some time now, and no matter how hard I turn this thing, it just doesn't want to shut off. So at first it started with a slow leak, and now it's just a rapid leak like this one. Now imagine how much money you're losing on your water bill just because of this going on from day to day. I'm going to replace it with a much better one, which is this product right here, the Aquor House Hydrant V1 Plus. So if we look into the product, it comes with a cover. This one has a 10-inch stem. You can choose between different sizes depending on what you need. This also has a lifetime warranty on it. So it has this inlet. We're going to be attaching this to PEX B piping. We're going to be attaching this adapter piece to PEX B 1/2 inch. So I'm going to take some of these plumber's Teflon tape and wrap it about 3 to 4 times. I like to use 2 adjustable wrench. Want to find the main water shutoff valve to your house, be down in your crawl space or out there in the street somewhere. So this is my main water valve, the turning off. Going through my crawl space, I found where that outdoor water faucet was being fed to from the inside of the house. You can see it's a 3/4 inch copper pipe. I'm gonna use a pipe cutter to cut this off. Let's go open this up and check if the water is fully shut off and drain out all the rest of the water in there. There you go. Let's unscrew it to the siding. So now I'm going to take my measurements. Since I'm going to be using a 1/2 inch PEX pipe and this is 3/4 inch pipe, I'm going to have to do a reducer from 3/4 to 1/2 inch PEX transition piece, and I'll show you that in a bit. I'm probably going to go halfway and make my cut around right here on this spot. So the tool that I'll be using to cut that pipe is this Klein tools. Again, all the tools that I use within this video, including the Aquor hydrant that I used, I'll leave all the links on the description down below, so check those out. And this is a 3/4 inch pipe cutter. And if you have a 1/2 inch, then go with the version with the 1/2 inch. I'll leave all those tools on the description down below, so to make it easy for your friends. Prepare a bucket just in case water starts dripping. I don't want that water everywhere. So just slide it in. And we just made the break. Pull this off and just let the remaining of the water drip out. Just wiggle it. There you go. Around that hole is a bunch of insulation foam. Just gonna wiggle it and push this outside like that. We can just pull this out. You can see right through that hole. I'm gonna use a spade bit to make the hole wider. Now you can use anything. You can use a hole saw or maybe a larger drill bit and just kind of ream it around that hole. It's 1.25 inch diameter, and it should be enough so that I can have this fit through that hole, this hydrant. I'm gonna place it right there. Hey there friends, sorry to interrupt you right quick, but if you're finding this video super helpful so far, please kindly hit that like and subscribe button down below. It'll greatly help out the channel. And just like to let you know that we just created a Facebook page, and we also have a TikTok page as well. So please, I'll leave both links on the description down below. Please subscribe to both of those pages. It'll greatly help out the channel as well. Thank you so much. Let's get back to the episode. So before we connect the quick push-in connector fitting, we need to clean the end of the pipe with an emery cloth, or you can use this plumber's brush. and we need to ream the inside and outside of the copper pipe to prevent any cloggings or it getting caught by the PEX B. So now we're going to attach some PEX B piping on the other end of the hydrant down there, and we're going to use either this 1/2-inch copper crimp ring or the Pro crimp ring. The reason why I like using the Pro crimp ring is because it has this on the end right there. It makes sure that you have an 1/8 inch distance from the edge so you don't make any mistakes. So either one you can use. I'll use the Pro crimp ring. Now we're just going to attach the Pro crimp ring onto the PEX B piping 1/2 inch, and we're going to put it right straight through the fitting, and then we're going to crimp it down with this crimping tool. Now, if you need any of the tools that I used, I leave the link on the description down below. So this is a very important tool. This is the no-go gauge. It determines whether you crimped it just enough. If it's snug, that means you did it right the first time. I'm going to be using the 3/4 to a 1/2 inch reducing coupling because we're going to be going through a 3/4 inch copper pipe to a 1/2 inch PEX piping. This is a very important tool as well. This is a depth gauge. It determines how far you're going to be pushing that coupling in there. Now again, these couplings, I like to use them in an open space, like an open basement like this or crawl space. I don't like to do this couplings in a closed wall because there is a possibility that it could leak in the future. Usually if I'm hiding something behind a wall or doing piping, I like to use and braze it inside and using flux and all that stuff. But that's a different video. But for this, if it's an open space, just using the pushing coupling. So we went for a 3/4 to a 1/2 inch reducing coupling onto the Aquor itself. Let's turn on our main water supply back, and right after you turn it on, it's good to go back and check if there are any leaks that are happening in the pipe. So in this case, no leaks. Let's go and test it out. When you're done, close it. And what's great about this is it's freeze proof. You won't have to worry about it freezing over the winter. Here's the other Aquor version that I installed last year, and it's similar to that smaller version, but it's a different model. So if you're interested on this one, I'll leave it in the link down below as well. But you can connect also this Aquor Comfort Grip, and it acts as a spigot on the go. So you can just take this anywhere to whatever you want to connect it to. It's as easy as just inserting it like that, push it in, twist, and just disconnect it. And now you can transport this to anywhere. To install it, go up here, push it in, twist, and there it's ready. And now you can use it as a spigot. There you go. And you can also connect your garden hose here. So it's a 2-in-1 thing. What I like about this is that when it's winter time and you wanna go and winterize your area or winterize all your faucets, you don't have to put a cap on it. All you got to do is simply disconnect it like that, close it up, and you're ready for winter. This will not freeze. Now you can take this with you, store it, and use it whenever you need it. I'll leave the link on the description down below if you need one of these for your Aquor. And again, friends, if you found this video super helpful, please hit that big thumbs up, press the subscribe notification bell, and I'll see you friends on the next video.